Welcome to the carnage.
And welcome back to the channel, to the Carnage. My name is Mr. Carnage, and today we're going to talk about this sprinkle thing. I just kind of give you guys, which is surprising. I'd spoken with a few people, and they're like, I have no idea what that is. So I figured I'd make a video on it to kind of educate men on kind of, the way that women perceive this whole, what they consider a movement, I guess. I don't really know what you'd call it. Stupidity, obviously. Because at the end of the video, I'm going to give you pretty much what a lot of this has led up to in the last recent week. So let's go ahead and just jump right in and see what see what we're in for, guys.
As a professional matchmaker who works with super wealthy men, some of the richest and most well-known men in the world, ladies, today I'm going to tell you what I think about Sprinkle. Hang on. Listen, I think some of her things are fine and borderline ridiculous.
She's got a point. They're pretty borderline ridiculous. No, they're full-on ridiculous. If you don't know who started this stupid thing, her name is something like Sheree7 or something. I don't really know. I saw like a 10-second clip of her, which I find funny that an obese woman is the one leading this whole charge for women. Just insane.
I think, though, the problem is that you ladies think it's attainable, and it's not attainable.
No, it's attainable. I'm not saying it's not attainable. It's very attainable because basically all you're doing is you're doing the one thing that women have ever invented, right? Prostitution. That's all this is. It's just a different name and a different form. That's all Sprinkle is.
It's popular. It's popular for her videos. And one girl said, Gina, I shouldn't tell you about Sprinkle, because it's like, well, they don't want to let Gina know about this whole subject matter of getting men's money and paying your bills and all this stuff. And I actually had a girl who booked a love consultation with me, which is a call that you can book with me. And she seemed like a sweet girl. She had no clue, though. She was going to nursing school, and she was also a dancer. Sweet,
which is code for she was a stripper. Let's be real.
Girl, but boy had no clue. She was raised on social media. She'd watched all the videos about men should pay your bills. She ends up going out with this guy, and on the first date, she says, "Well, I'm going to need $7,000 a month." You understand that makes you sound like a prostitute, right?
Well, yeah, because that's exactly what you are. If you're asking a man for money and the only thing he's getting in return is your beat up 1967 Plymouth vagina, then yeah, that's exactly all it is.
And then it turned out she actually really liked this guy. She was like, but how do I get him to really like me, Gina? I'm like, you can't. Once you talk about money, once you ask a man to pay your bills, it is no longer about romance, my friend. Romance is off the table at that point, all right? That guy, if he did like you, if he was interested and maybe saw, oh, I'd love to date this girl. She's going to nursing school. She's getting her education. Of course, he probably didn't know she was a dancer. But the fact that she mentioned about paying her bills now puts her in an entirely different category.
Oh, yeah, no, it really does. The second you ladies bring up money, and we're talking like first, second, third date, and you're talking about like, oh, I need men to pay my bills. I need this, I need that. The first thing that we think of instantly is that you're basically an escort or you're about that life. And second, that you have a roster of men who are also paying your bills. So you're not going to be exclusive. Now, men with self-respect would be like, I ain't hitting that, dude. I'm not into sloppy seconds, so, get the hell out of my car. But there are, unfortunately, stupid men out there who are like, dude, this is like the most attractive woman I've ever seen. I'll go through the coals, and I'll handle this, and end up doing it anyways, which is stupid. But there are men out there that do think with their dick.
So you have to figure out what you want. Are you trying to date these affluent, successful men because you want to have children with them, have a future, raise these great kids who go to great schools and become these great people and be part of a power couple?
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
So if you want that, then you never want to ask a man in the early stages of dating to pay your bills. In fact, you should never ask him to pay your bills at all. if you're dating a guy who's successful and he wants you to travel with him and he doesn't want you to keep your traditional job that you have, he will offer to take care of you. That is something he will offer down the road. So if he's offering it right away, you ain't going to be his, his life partner. He just sees you for something. He wants to get you on the payroll. Same thing as when you ask for money out of the gate. Okay. So when it becomes transactional, whether he's mentioning or you're mentioning it in the early stages of dating, that is all that relationship is going to be, transactional. And if you're cool with that, okay. But I think the majority of women are delusional when it comes to that. You think you can have that and be, part of the power couple, the wife on his arm at the gala and the functions and the woman he's proud to have the mother of his children. No, no, it doesn't work like that. Okay. I hope it helps.
Yeah, she's right. Which they don't understand, and it's so funny that we're in 2025 now, going on 2026. That women haven't figured this out is that men will be cool with the whole transactional thing, but that's all you're ever going to be to that man. Is you're going to be his fun Saturday afternoon, and that's it. That's all you're ever going to be to that guy. And most men that are successful like that, when they're looking for a woman, they're typically looking for a woman that they can manipulate into, you're going to be the wife and you're going to do the things that I want you to do, in life. And on the side, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. And so they look for women with that mentality.
The thing I love about the Sprinkle Lady is that she's teaching this like dark feminine stuff. Ding dong! Ding dong! But
dark feminine stuff, guys. Prostitution. She's teaching a modern, renamed, repackaged version of prostitution.
She is reiterating and reiterating and reiterating and reiterating that the reason why you should be doing this, the reason why you should be jumping through the mental hoops that you have to jump through to be this man-eater persona.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Is so that you can get something out of it.
The only thing you're getting out of it, if you're lucky, is you might get money and you're getting dick. That's it. That's the two things that you're getting. Congratulations. Go ahead and throw a party, pop the champagne, because that's what you're getting.
If you were studying up on the Sprinkle Lady just to get a guy who has nothing going for him to fall in love with you because you want him to fall in love with you because you think your life is going to look like this Taylor Swift song because Brian is like the cutest boy in your neighborhood and you're going to feel like you're, at an all white party in the fucking Hamptons if he's your boyfriend and he loves you. I just tell him without juicing top and just that my lifestyle. I just tell him the truth and I don't even know if you go without the beginning. That is not why we're learning this information, okay? Because that doesn't exist. That's not a thing. That's a Taylor Swift song, okay? We're not using these things to get a man to love us. That is often what happens because
no, it the fuck is not. No, it's not. Men are not loving you because you're using deceitful, manipulative bullshit tactics. Every single man that you guys have tried to pull this on, and I've seen plenty of these videos, and I've talked to plenty of men who have said the same thing, that they knew from the get-go that the only thing that they were going to get out of you, out of this whole arrangement, was pussy. And they tried to see how far they could take it. They would see if you were into butt stuff, if you would take back shots, feet shots, chin shots. And you did for money, which makes you a prostitute.
Because we're basically hacking psychology and hacking sociology. And the thing is with men and women and dating dynamics, especially with men, is that it is largely psychological and sociologically driven. As we live in a society and have lived in a society since like the dawn of history, specifically in America, that has been catering towards men, and everything has been suppressing women and what we know about ourselves and enabling men.
On the back, I ain't never had that ever happen to me. I'm trying to see what that be like. Right there, look, be that.
I don't know what fucking country she's been living in, right? But let's break that down. There's way more education on women's studies, right? female anatomy, female bodies, etc., than there are in the men space. You guys have access to birth control, which you control your own destiny as far as that goes. And then you also have the ability to baby trap a man and have a child that's not even his and get him to pay for it like a sucker. Men do not have any of these luxuries, not a single one. So everything you just said was wrong.
With and allowing them to not really have any kind of real empathy or self-reflection, da 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 da. So even if men aren't intentionally bad people, even if they're not intentionally misogynistic, even if they're not intentionally taking advantage of women, they have this conditioning, which we all have the conditioning to an extent, but they have this conditioning that is inherently patriarchal, misogynistic.
Keep your damn mouth shut. Just shut up.
So basically what we're doing is we're hacking the psychology behind that to get a means to our own ends.
No. Again, no. We've disproven the patriarchy time and time again, where you're taking a small, very small percent of hyper successful men and you're basically saying the entire thing is ran by these very small few percent of men, which I will admit, yes, a lot of them are power tycoons, etc., right? And do run Fortune 500 companies in politics, so on and so forth. But if you look at it the other way, there are plenty of women who are now running companies, CEOs, etc. They're in politics as well. So if it was a patriarchy, women would not have the ability to be in any position of power that a man is. So again, doesn't know what she's talking about.
Okay, because we have been stuck in this loop that we have also been conditioned into. So we're breaking out of this gender dynamic matrix. That is the reason for these dark feminine videos. That's the reason for this. It's about reclaiming power. But there's no point in reclaiming power.
It just went away. You know, that just got fixed. We walked out of the trailer at some point. My dog stepped on a bee. We went to the vet.
And putting yourself through all of these efforts if the end goal is just to get a guy to love you. Because we are wanting and asking and demanding more out of life than that at this point.
No, you're asking for a free ride. You're asking to be entitled. You're asking for basically you don't have to work a day in your life and that you're going to be the passenger princess forever. And again, us men will continuously tell you women the same thing. Your looks go. They only last so long. And once that happens and you hit that wall, the wall is undefeated.
Okay. We're untraining, we're unconditioning, and we're taking power back. That's what it's all about. All hail Sprinkle Sprinkle Lady!
Just the stupidity in one video. It just like oozes out of this woman. Like it's fucking, actually, it's impressive. It's impressive how stupid people can absolutely be.
It's been about a year and a half since I stopped sprinkle dating. I had a long-term SD for about like almost 8 years on and off, and it was just such a tumultuous relationship. I didn't want to sprinkle date anymore. Since then, I still used Shira Seven's tactics when it came to dating, but just less like money-oriented side of things. And I ended up in a relationship for for almost 9 months or something like that. And that got pretty rocky. And like going to date someone that has a lot of money to somebody who makes a good amount of money, it's a huge difference, especially when it comes to like shopping and bills and things like that. But after that,
stop spending your money on stupid shit.
I don't know why I stopped sprinkle dating. Like, I'm out of my mind. It was a really bad idea to stop listening to Shira Steven. It's not that I stopped. It was just like, oh, I had such a horrible, experience with sprinkle dating because I'd done it for so long, and I was doing it before she even came out with her videos. Like, I was just tired of it completely. But now,
No, she wasn't. She wasn't tired of it completely. She was not getting the results that she wanted, and she's pretending. I mean, look at the car, right? Look at the clothes she's wearing, the cheap jewelry. She's putting on this, facade that she was at one point some, fucking Nubian queen, and she wasn't. You could tell, right? And so she's here to make a video about, well, I stopped, but I didn't, but I did, but I didn't, but I did. It's like, make up your fucking mind, lady. Like, either you quit being a hoe and you gave that life up, or you're still being a hoe. It's just not working as well because you're getting older and your looks are fading.
It continues to come back to me, and like, it just, like, her tactics just make sense. So don't stop doing it. Even if you're like me, you've had enough, and you had 8 years of it, like, you spent all of your 20s, and it just felt like, oh my gosh, this is such a waste of time, even though this man is very successful, and then this guy, he like does, whatever. It just became like, I just got exhausted from it. But you know what? Like, if I really would have listened to her and stuck to her tactics, I probably wouldn't be in the situation that I led myself back into. So I'm going to say, don't stop using her tactics, okay?
Everyone does it. Now you can do it too. Shut the fuck up. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Shut the hole in your face. Like that. You can do it. Shh. And shut the fuck up.
Yeah. When she says the situation she got herself into, she was pushing this new man that she had a relationship with for 9 months. He got tired of her shit, and this fucking princess mentality. And I guarantee you, he broke it off. He's like, you are a superficial, materialistic bitch, and I want nothing to do with you anymore. Get out of my life. I guarantee you that's what happened. You could tell by the look on her face.
At the end of the day, I think the answer to all of it is just focus on yourself 100%. Like, just be all about you. The answer to every question about a man, about a relationship, about dating, when you're coming to using like sprinkle dating tactics, is focus on yourself. That's the answer to every single question. If you ask any question that you might want to ask Shira or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, like, all of her answers pretty much result in focusing on you no matter what, becoming obsessed with yourself,
which is horrible advice, and especially if you're looking for a relationship. Men look for respect, and when a woman acts like she's the prize and it's all about her and she needs to command the room, that's disrespectful to a man, and a man won't deal with it. The man will not deal with that level of disrespect. So this is the worst advice that women could be giving other women. I swear to God they do it because they're miserable people and they just want every woman to be miserable, is what I assume. But this is by far the worst, absolute worst advice you can give, young women, is to go out and be hoes, go be promiscuous, go out and, treat men stupidly and do horrible things to them and expect some form of future to come from it.
Coming so into yourself, like, a man just wants to like make his way in there, and he's got to do something to make his way in there. And when you're only responding to when he wants to take you out, when he's spending money on you, that's how he thinks that he's going to be involved in your life. So really continue to stick to the tactics and like, don't.
She really thinks that men are that stupid. That men are so fucking dumb that we don't know when we're being played, or, that the only time we're getting anything out of you is when we're spending money. Lady, I'm going to break it down. I feel like this needs to be said. Women, a lot of times when there's men that make money and we make a lot of it, it doesn't mean shit to us. Money does not mean a damn thing at all. It's a means to an end. And if that means that we use it to get in your pants, that's what we'll do. If it's that easy, it's like, oh, here, let me buy you, a $250 necklace, and then that night I get to put it in your butt. Awesome. That's what they think. So I don't know why women feel that they're just stupid, mindless zombies and that they're the ones playing and manipulating, because they're really not.
Don't think like just because, you know, something didn't work out, you don't want to do it anymore. The game still remains the same. Regardless of how you feel about all of it, the game still remains the same. So don't change your tactics. Just stick to your guns. Stick to what she say. The woman is a godsend. Like, she knows what she's talking about. And continue to sprinkle springer date. Focus, get that money, y'all. Get that money.
So this is what women mean when we
It's so funny that it all comes down to money for them. Like, they think that, you know, money is the root to everything, right? And we all know as men that money is the root to power and evil. We know that. And men who have money, they don't care about spending it on stupid shit, right? I mean, there's that saying that the only difference between men and boys is their toys, right? So there you go.
say, please pay my bills or make my life easier. Because there's a lot of confusion with the Shira 7 sprinkle sprinkle movement, and a lot of men are very angry and upset. So let me break it down for you. See, on our baser instincts, women are built to find a nest and find a stable partner to build a life with, to build a home with. And men are built to mate with women.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
No. I mean, genetically and biologically, yes. I mean, that's what men and women do. But you think that men haven't evolved from their baser instincts and, you know, that we're just these savages out there beating our chest with a fucking club looking for a brontosaurus to hit over the head to bring you a fucking steak? Is that really what you think? Because I swear to God, these women think that.
That's all they're really short-term focused. So when we have a man who is short-term focused feeding us lies that he wants a long-term relationship with us, and we see through his actions that he's taking us on cheap dates, he's not making our life easier.
See, there you go. It all comes back to the same thing. He's not, like, you know, taking me to 5-star every night. He's not flying me to fucking Cabo. You know, he's not buying me a fucking Bugatti. You know, it's like these women are fucking delusional, and they are going to find out. They're all going to find out the hard way.
His actions are telling us that he doesn't want to build a life with us. He doesn't care about the stability of my life. He doesn't care about my genuine happiness.
You're just a bitch.
Correct.
You're honestly, that's not me trying to be some after school special shit. You really are a bitch.
Is he even going to care about our child's genuine happiness if we have one together? You see, a woman could walk up to a man and say, would you like to have a fun time? And he would most likely say yes, because he really likes that and it's very enjoyable to him. But men can't do that to women because there's so many of you, and because we're not that interested unless we truly love a guy. Unless we deeply respect you and we see that you value us as a human being and not just as an object or a fun time.
But yet you only see men as a wallet, so you see them as an object. I love the argument there. Women are like, they just fucking objectify us. And it's like, and you don't do the same? I mean, you literally think that men are walking fucking hard-ons with wallets, and that is all that they are. And so when men, you know, give you that same energy, oh, now it's a problem, right? Because you're a woman.
It's not fun for us. We literally don't get turned on. So when you emotionally manipulate us with words and we see your actions are quite different, we unfortunately have to be masters of seeing through manipulative games. So Shira 7 is asking women to please ask a man to show you through his actions, through making your life easier, through paying a bill, a tiny bill here, taking you on a nice date.
Might have to cut because I'm looking for a fuck to give, and it seems I don't have any.
Investing in you because he understands that life takes money. Every day you wake up and it costs money.
Yeah, well, welcome to the real world, baby girl. And you know what you could do? Instead of playing stupid manipulative games and trying to find a man to basically give you the life that you think you fucking deserve, which you don't. I mean, You're not royalty. You're not famous. You're not anything. You're an average, everyday woman. You don't deserve this entitled life that you think you do. So what you can do is put on your big girl pants and go get a job and pay for your own fucking shit.
And manipulative short-term men want you to forget that money even exists. They'll be like, oh, don't worry about that. Let's just have a good time. We have to see through a lot of manipulation, and it's very hurtful. It's very painful because we have good intentions towards men, and men just want to use us.
And she is giving the exact same energy, right? I want you to pay my bills. I want you to take me out. I want you to do everything for me, 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 me. And if you're lucky and I like you, I might touch your penis. Maybe. Just the fucking level of audacity in this whole video is just mind-boggling.
And then on top of that, they may even play house with us. They may even get married to us and continue to use us there. Well, I get access to a woman's body, and I get her to clean and do a lot of labor while I build my career. You see, we have to see through that this isn't a very good bargain for a woman.
It ain't a good bargain for a man either, because when we make that commitment to you, there's nothing, and I mean nothing, that prevents you from waking up Monday morning, banging my best friend Tuesday, sending divorce papers Wednesday, taking my kids Thursday, and my house and money Friday. There's nothing that prevents you from doing that. Not a damn thing. I, on the other hand, can't do that to you. Because, sure, I can go cheat, and I can do those things, absolutely. But it's still going to cost me in the end. It's still going to end the same for me, whether I was the unfaithful one or you were, and women know that. You're more manipulative than we are. So we don't want to marry you. It's not a good deal for us at all. It's a much better deal for you.
This isn't a good deal. It hasn't been for a very long time, and women had to play this game. In order to survive, we couldn't even buy our own house or have our own bank account, but now we don't have to. So I'm letting women know, because no woman let me know, that marriage, that men are highly manipulative, and that if you invest in a woman, that if a man doesn't show you through his actions that he truly loves and cares about you and wants to truly take care of you, he doesn't love you and you're wasting your time. So that's what sprinkle, sprinkle, pay my bills means. It means show me through your actions that you actually genuinely care about me, that you're real about this life that we're in that costs money. So go ahead and stitch this video and tell me where I'm flawed in my logic, where my words are manipulative and where yours are not.
And I did just that, lady. You're more than welcome to watch my video, and I guarantee you every single person who sees it is going to, well, unless they think like you, agree with me. Absolutely 100%. You are literally being the two-faced person by saying, well, men do these things, and because they do these things, women are the victim. That's your whole speech. No matter what we do to a man, that's fine. But anything a man does to us, we're the victim. So where's the logic there? And so that takes us to the end. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you stuck around this far, I'm going to kind of go over what happened. So just recently, this whole sprinkle thing has blown up and backfired in a woman's face massively. It ended up costing this young lady her existence on the planet Earth. And if you go and you investigate and read the story, that's why I'm kind of laughing about the whole Shira 7 thing, is that there is talk that this family that just lost a loved one has every intention on suing this woman for her horrible dating advice that she's spreading around on TikTok. And I find it funny if that happens, because one, she spent this entire time making this empire just to turn around and give every single penny of that to a victim's family. I mean, there is no better justice that I can fucking think of than that. So that's what happened. And it's not going to, unfortunately, be the last. We know that, because you don't know what kind of men you're dealing with, ladies. Not all men are are, you know, understanding and respectable. Some men feel like you're playing games with them. You're playing games with their money. You're playing games with their time. You're doing all of these manipulative things. It's, you know, a dangerous game to play because you don't know what that man is capable of. You have no clue. He might seem like the nicest, most gentle guy on the planet, but women thought that about Ted Bundy. Look where that got him. So, dangerous game, ladies. If I was you, I'd come up with a different strategy on how to date men without trying to manipulate them and get one up on them. Because at the end of the day, and it sucks for you, biologically, we're taller, we're faster, we're stronger, and you're not. So why would you? It would be like me going in the forest playing with a bear, knowing full well this bear is going to whoop my ass and probably kill me, but I'm going to go in there and fuck with it. That's what you're doing, and it's not a good idea. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'll catch you guys on the next video.